I was tightening the screws on her crib when the phone rang. My wife's voice came through, flat, emotionless. "She's gone," she said. At first, I thought she meant she'd lost track of her. Maybe our daughter had wandered off somewhere in the mall. Maybe security would find her by the fountain, clutching her stuffed rabbit like she always did. But then my wife said, I should have gotten rid of her when I mentioned the abortion. The room tilted. My hands went cold. By the time I reached the mall, security had already sealed off the area. My wife sat on a bench, legs crossed, scrolling her phone. No tears, no panic, just silence. A guard pulled me aside. "Sir, you need to see this." He played the footage. My wife appeared on the screen, holding our daughter's hand as they neared the exit. The little one was smiling, trying to keep up. Then she tripped and fell, reached up for her mother. My wife looked down and walked away. But that wasn't the worst part. The guard paused, his hand shaking. "Look closer," he said. He zoomed in. Her face was calm, certain. She mouthed a single word before turning the corner. Finally, that night, she slept peacefully. I didn't. The police questioned us separately. They told me the outside cameras had malfunctioned. No abduction, no suspect, just a perfect, clean gap in the footage. When I asked her what happened, she said, "You always need someone to blame." Her voice wasn't defensive. It was bored. She wanted out for years. I could see it. The way she stopped saying our daughter's name. The way she rolled her eyes when the child cried, or when I tried to make them laugh together. Still, I couldn't accept it. Couldn't believe anyone could do that to their own child. But love blinds, especially the kind built on denial. I rewatched that footage over and over, hoping to see something different. A stranger, a shadow, anything. But every frame came back to her. The steady walk, the small, secret smile when she thought no one was watching. She hadn't lost our daughter. She'd handed her over. And for the first time in my life, I felt something deeper than grief. I felt purpose. I started where the police stopped, pulled the mall's maintenance logs, traced the camera outage. One name appeared twice, a subcontractor for security updates. I followed that name through company records, addresses, bank statements. It led to a man my wife had been messaging for months. Her co-worker, the one she said was just helping with invoices. The more I uncovered, the clearer it became. Our daughter didn't vanish by accident. She was taken by design. Every clue pointed to planning. Deleted texts, erased call logs, quiet money transfers late at night. She'd been moving cash into an unlisted account, his account. I stayed calm, pretended to forgive her, pretended to grieve beside her. At night, I'd sit next to her on the couch, watching her scroll through her phone. I learned her tells, the small twitch near her jaw when she lied, the way she rubbed her ring finger when she thought about him. I studied her the way she'd once studied me. Then I began gathering my own evidence. Not for the police, for myself. 3 weeks later, an anonymous email arrived. Subject line, "You deserve to know." Attached was a photo, my daughter, alive, asleep in the back seat of a car. The sender was the man, her lover. He'd written 2 lines. She promised me freedom. Instead, she set us up. I'm done running. That night, I showed her a photo. No words, just the image. She froze, lips parted. No tears, no denial, only a flicker of fear, the kind that comes when someone else takes control of the story. "Where did you get that?" she asked. I said nothing. "You don't understand," she whispered. "He wanted to sell her. He said we'd make." I raised my hand. "Don't finish that sentence." For the first time, she listened. 2 nights later, I turned everything over to police, the texts, the bank records, the footage, everything except the photo. That one was mine. They raided his apartment at dawn. Found him dead, gun in hand, laptop destroyed. A suicide note naming her as the one who planned it all. By the time officers reached our house, she was already dressed, waiting. "I'm innocent," she said quietly. "I know." She blinked, confused. "Then why?" "Because you're not guilty," I said. "You're worse." She stared at me, hollow-eyed. You don't get to decide what happens to me. I already did. As they read her rights, she turned to me, shaking. Where is she? Please, tell me she's alive. I didn't move. Her voice cracked. Tell me. I met her eyes. You'll find out when I do. And I walked away. They found my daughter 3 days later, weak but breathing. She didn't remember much. Only that Mommy left, and a nice man went to sleep forever. The trial took months. Justice didn't. My wife's name filled headlines. Cold, calculating, unfit. People asked if I felt closure, if I could ever forgive. I told them, forgiveness isn't the opposite of hate. It's what's left when hate is gone. Some nights, I sit by my daughter's bed, watching her sleep, tracing the invisible scars time carved into both of us. There's no peace in this house. Not yet, but there's quiet. And after everything, quiet feels like victory. Because I didn't lose my daughter. I only lost the illusion of the woman who pretended to love her.